Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Nick Abraham. I am going to be showing you exactly how we're going to be booking over 200 demos this next month at leadbird.io. So leadbird.io, we're a B2B lead generation agency. So we generate leads for our clients on a pay-per-lead model. And I want to show everyone that's watching, as well as our clients, that we eat our own dog food. So the exact same processes that we use for our clients, we're going to be using for ourselves, and we're going to take it to another level as well. And I want to document how we're going about not only booking appointments, but working the sales process and, really building an efficient outbound sales team. And so that's kind of what this video is. So today is currently June 19th. We've booked about 94 demos this month so far, and we're going to 2 to 4x this in July, and then hopefully grow month over month in every way possible. So that's what this video is all about. If you're a fan of this kind of content, if you want to kind of stay, updated with this journey, do me a favor. Go ahead and click subscribe. You can follow me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Twitter at NickAbraham12. And I'm going to document this entire process. And so what I've spoken to, everyone inside of Client Ascension, which is, over 300 plus people, spoken to, hundreds of other business owners. I've never seen a situation where more demos did not equal to more cash collected, right? If you look at your best performing months, I can guarantee you that you generated the most amount of demos either the month before or the month of. And so that's the goal here, right? We want to collect as much cash as we can. And so to do that, I need to generate more demos. And so earlier in April, I ran a sample campaign that, had a really creative angle that I liked a lot. And it took a different approach than most B2B lead gen agencies. And by doing so, I sent about 15,000 total emails, which is roughly about 3,500 total leads. I was able to close 3 clients in under 30 days. And when I say I'm speaking about my sales team, or one person that was on the sales team. Now we have 2. McLean, he went ahead and closed 3 people in under 30 days. And so I, kind of had a light bulb go off in my head, and I understood that, oh, wow, this campaign, I could scale across multiple verticals, and we could replicate what we just did, because closing 3 clients in under 30 days off of 3,500 total leads, it's a pretty good campaign. And so we could scale this. And so I went ahead and scraped about 90,000 contacts from this, similar process that I don't really want to break down right now as of yet, because it's relatively new. I want to kind of keep it under wraps. I'll eventually kind of explain what we did here. But we want to make it work for ourselves first. But basically scraped about 90,000 people that fit our ICP, and then, enriched them, got about 20,000 total valid emails. And I'm going to talk about what we did on the segmentation side on the other side. And we are currently running this campaign, and we're only about 23% in, and we've already generated about 1,000 replies, a huge portion of it being positive. This number right here is actually lower than what it actually is. And so, we're booking a ton of calls right now, and we're only going to scale this in July. And we're going to do a couple of other things that I'll kind of speak about. And that I actually even haven't written on this document yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quickly, and then we'll come right back into this video. But basically on the lead list building side, so I mentioned that we scraped about 90,000 contacts. So we don't get 90,000 emails back, even through doing the waterfall enrichment method. But we got about 20,000 total valid emails. So those 20,000 valid emails are going to go through our entire Smart Lead campaign. And if we have also a personal linking URL, and in this case, we do have a personal linking URL for everyone on there, so 90,000 personal linking URLs, we're going to enrich that in golden leads for LinkedIn specific campaigns. I'll kind of explain in a little bit. And then what we also did is try to enrich as much of the 90,000 contacts with mobile direct numbers. I'll kind of talk about the different data sources probably in the next video, because I'm testing a couple of different vendors out to see which ones actually are valid and are leading to connects. And basically what our goal is just to get the mobile directs added into our CRM, because we're currently using a cold call center to run through and do a massive amount of, cold calls, obviously, right? And so the 3 different types of campaigns that we're running are what we call our LeadBird campaign playbooks. And so some of the stuff is what we do for clients. For the most part, we don't do the LinkedIn or cold calling component yet. That's something I'd like to add eventually, but we're still, crafting and mastering emails. And so once we kind of get that completely dialed in, I feel a lot more comfortable doing it for a lot of our clients. So currently right now, we're just doing it internally. I've done a lot of LinkedIn campaigns in the past, done a lot of cold calling in the past. So I have a pretty good sense of how to run it. Just haven't ran it like in an operational unit with my team handling the entire fulfillment like we do with email right now. But with campaign 1, what our process is right now is we're running all the valid emails through Smart Lead. and running a simple 4-step email. If we get no response after the 4-step email, they're basically being tossed into Leah. So getleah.io. It's a LinkedIn automation platform where I know the co-founder, very, very good automation tool to use. And we're using the avatars in there to run LinkedIn connector campaigns. And basically what we're doing right there is after 3 days, if we haven't got an acceptance and been able to put them through their drip sequence on LinkedIn, we are running them to the cold call center to run cold calls. And so that's kind of our process right now. And that's like, the best case scenario, kind of going through all 3 channels. And since we're kind of taking an omni-channel route, we, get to use copy that is pretty unique in a sense, I guess. Cause like with the LinkedIn connector campaigns, it's like, hey, our team tried to get in touch with you via email, got no response, just wanted to touch base here to see if you're interested in paper lead gen. Like, who's not going to connect with that, right? Something of that sort. So that's kind of what campaign 1's all about. Campaign 2 is for all the people where we have invalid emails where you have the LinkedIn profile for. So we're running them through Leah, but what we're doing is we're identifying which contacts have an open profile so we can run inbound campaigns, and then we're identifying who doesn't have an open profile to just run singular connector campaigns. And basically what we're doing is if there is 3 days and there's no acceptance or response, popping them over to the cold call center to run cold calls too. And then campaign 3 is simply if we don't have a valid email, we don't have a LinkedIn profile URL, and we just want to run cold calls to it, cold call center will just run cold calls to it, $35 per contact, and kind of manage that process and book them for our team. And then on the sales side, so currently we have 2 people on the sales side. So we have an SDR and an account executive. We just hired the SDR recently. And so what his entire job is just qualifying the leads via short call. Because what we're noticing is that this is generating a good amount of appointments, but some of the appointments just don't fit our ICP or, are just businesses that we typically haven't performed the best for. So, we want to just, deny them. And then we're passing over all the qualified opportunities to our account executive. Our goal, or my goal would be in the next 30 days is promote the SDR to be an account executive so that, the account executive isn't overdone with appointments. Because, if an account executive is getting 30 to 50 qualified demos every single week, that is going to get very overwhelming. And we'll see a net negative return on that specifically because they're not going to be able to manage the pipeline accordingly to the full extent. And we built a lot of pretty cool flows and sequences inside of our CRM, as well as all the things I've kind of showed in other videos of how, they get these emails and testimonials and all these great things to kind of nurture them. And so that's kind of what our setup currently looks like on the outbound sales side. What we're kind of doing on the other avenues is 2 things. Paid advertising. So this is my first time ever running paid ads. So I'm super interested to see how this works. So currently I'm running just a super small budget, $1,500 a month. The only thing is I'm not confident in the agency I hired. So looking to switch in July, I already have a very good recommended vendor. The current agency we're working with was honestly it's like a white label agency, and it was very cheap. So I was like, hey, might as well test it. But I've already been told that they don't perform well. So I don't really want to waste the money I already put there. So going to go ahead and test them for just 1 month, see what happens. I have heard that with my offer, pay per lead gen, it's a very easy thing to kind of get leads for because it's a good offer. That paid advertising would convert at a high clip. And so why not? Let's just see. If they can make anything work, then that's a very good sign, because once we get the good vendor in, they're only going to make it go crazy. And then content production. So you will see a video soon where I kind of walk through our content system. But main thing here is just getting more consistent. You'll see that I haven't dropped a YouTube video in about 2 weeks, and then I'm a little inconsistent with it currently. So yeah, the entire goal of this is just to get extremely consistent and drop more content, and know the type of content to post on the specific channels. We have a pretty good team in place to kind of do that, pretty hands off. So I'll get more consistent with it. So that's basically our entire process of how we're going to book over 200 demos every single month and hit some extremely great months when it comes to cash collected. And the only things that I haven't really spoken about is the hiring, the branding, and the training and everything of that sort of the sales team. So that's something I'm going to learn as we go. But yeah, this is June 19th. First look at what we're kind of doing. Hopefully we'll have a video in a month. I will have a video in a month. So if you're interested in pay per lead gen, book a call with us at libra.io. If not, feel free to subscribe and follow along on this journey. We're going to really crush it when it comes to this outbound stuff because, we're a lead gen agency, so we know what we're doing. And yeah, that's basically the entire point of this video, just showing you the different types of campaigns we're running on the back end and what we're going to do to really scale this to the next level.